Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Gathering of Old Men podcast. Myself, TP, Doc, special guest. We got a MashUp podcast going. And if you follow me on Twitter, I said I wasn't going to crash out. If you see me type, I'm not going to crash out more than 2 times, it's a lie. I'm finna crash out. And I got good reasons to crash out. So,
what we crashing out over?
Florida State has the leading scorer in women's basketball, second team All-American, a candidate for Player of the Year. Clutch Sports announced today, that she is in the portal. Now, to be fair, she said she's open to coming back to Florida State. However, my issue, why we don't have a women's basketball collective, we just had a lawsuit. We just complained about revenue. We settled the lawsuit so that we can get more revenue. The women's basketball program over the last decade has produced. They've gone to tournaments. They've won. We've consistently had a winner, unlike our football team. And me, because you know I like to rally the truth. Rallying the truth today, going to drop the link to the collective. Let's check my Twitter. Because, ain't no way in the world we don't have a link to a collective. That's not possible. That it can't be possible. Ain't no way. I ain't seen the link yet. Not now. Let me refresh. Nope, no updates, no ads. Nobody at the collective. No collective to donate to. TP, that means we're not serious about basketball. We're not serious about women's basketball.
So you think the issue and why she transferred was just strictly because they're not invested?
I honestly don't know the reason why, but if you're on the outside looking in, or even if you're on the inside looking out, I'm looking out. I know what South Carolina got. South Carolina players are actively recruiting her. I know what they got. I know what LSU got. We Florida State. We are serious about athletics because we sued the conference. And then we show the world that it's all bullshit. I do not exist on this planet to complain about Florida State. That is not my existence. But stop giving me stuff to complain about. You what? I got another. There are other schools in the Southeast region that get to complain about resources. Florida State is not one of them. No, we don't get what we're worth in the ACC, but complaining about resources, that ain't something we should be complaining about. The leader of your team has said, I'm in the portal. And your response is silence. We got a whole ski mask. Took the ACC to court. And basically won. Got everything he wanted.
Said pulled out the shiesty.
And we won't have collective money for the women's basketball program. This don't even, the snowball ain't even there. Our softball program went to the World Series. Do you think anybody said anything about their collective? So, but
we gonna get to a point where whatever you donating to the football program or whatever you donating to the basketball program, it's gonna have to be divvied out. It can't just be, oh, we're gonna give the football players, $1 million apiece. if we want to get them on the NIL deal, then the females on the basketball team don't get nothing when they the only ones at the school winning.
Respectfully, fuck RG3. Politics and sports intersect. Because if we knew for a fact that Title IX was going to be enforced, this wouldn't be an issue. This wouldn't even be an issue.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about getting rid of the Department of Education, it's an issue.
I mean, it was already it was
already an issue with that.
But is Florida State a public or a private university?
It is a public university.
Then the money was already coming from the state. So the Department of Education being abolished literally has no effect on Florida State. Like none.
Well, in the state of Florida, what we get from the state can't go towards athletics, except for like coaches' salaries or whatever. And then it's coaches' salaries to a certain number. And then the boosters and everybody make up over
You have to get the rest of it, yeah. But you know what though? That's just with majority of college, college athletics. Like even in the state of Mississippi, let's just say when Prime was at, he was the head coach. Of course, his base salary with the state was, I think it was like $300,000. But then add in all the sponsorships and everything that was going towards it, and the like I said, our booster clubs putting in work and stuff like that, it boosted his pay damn near almost to a little bit over $1 million, like $1.5 million. Yeah, each state has their own rules. So like some people be like, well, yeah, he signed for the coach signed for like $20 million, but did he really sign for $20 million? That's the big question that you have to ask yourself. Did he really sign, or did she really sign for $20 million? Do she have a lot? Do they have money coming in from the boosters, or did they just, because the state ain't going to give you $20 million. Not like that.
Right.
Not off back.
This is not a shot at the circus, because the circus is a fixture at Florida State. It is part of my undergrad history. Like, I went to see the circus. So this is not a shot at the circus. But for me to see that the circus just raised their tent after all the storms, raised their tents back up after all the storms. Motherfucker, where the money at?
Where's the money?
I got the nation's leading scorer.
What was the name of the organization that was in charge of NIL? Yeah, Rising Spear.
Rising Spear is gone. Their money has been divvied up amongst other, allegedly divvied up amongst other entities.
Allegedly, this is what I'm talking about. There's money there. They're just not giving it to the women's basketball program.
Yeah, they give it to certain. They know what they're doing. You want to win.
But see, here's the thing: they don't care whether or not the women's basketball team wins or loses. This isn't something that's a priority, and you can tell just by the way they go about their business. Because if they was a priority in any means, there would be more done to keep these players. Even with the men's basketball program, they're probably not funneling the money in the way that they should. Money is being misappropriated and misallocated. We ain't telling you what we got, and then the stuff that we do get, we're not sending it where it need to go, or what's fair.
I did not start my day off like this. If you follow me on Twitter, like, I'm literally going, hey, drop the link. So I tell everybody, drop your link so I can put it on the podcast. That's what I like to do. I'm gonna give my few little coins I got and encourage other people to donate so that we can at least not even making a run at her with some funds is disrespectful to her and to our fan base at large. Because what you're saying is that we don't care if you leave. we are above it all. We not. Good players don't just show up. We are in the NIL era. Accept it. You either gonna be serious about sports or you not. If you not, say that. Stop playing with us. This is getting ridiculous. Oh man.
Saying we want our money.
Yeah.
And again, I need to get that off my chest because if I don't say it, I don't know who else is gonna say it because everybody just sitting around here like not sounding alarms, acting like this is cool to have an All-American just walk out the door.
She's like, toodles.
Y'all don't care about women's basketball anyway.
She's like, toodles.
Women's basketball.
She finna go right to South. She finna go right to South Carolina and rejoin with her AAU teammate Raven and run up another championship for Don Staley.
And it's gonna be Florida State fault.
Boy, if she go to South
That's
Carolina,
exactly what's
that's
about
gonna,
to happen.
it gonna
But
be.
wait,
Well, hey, hold on. If she think about going to South Carolina, that shit ain't even fair in college basketball.
Bro, no, her and Raven were teammates. They were AAU teammates. She's going to South Carolina, and I'm gonna tell you what's gonna make it so. What's gonna make it so funny is the 2025 number one player who just made a mockery out of her recruitment by going to Oklahoma. We know it was about the money. Who's gonna be in the portal right after her freshman year? Gonna try and go to South Carolina too. Like, girl, you know, get in there where you don't want to play no ball in Oklahoma.
What's her name? Aaliyah.
I can't think of it, bro. And something.
But I know she went to Lubbock. She went to Monterey High School in Lubbock, Texas. And I didn't see, I seen her playing the state championship game, and she can hoop.
She can't. It would have made more sense. Your top three come down to Oklahoma, South Carolina, and LSU. LSU and South Carolina make sense. Oklahoma has not been relevant in women's basketball since they had the Parrish sisters, and I was in I was in middle school. Yeah, that was the last time that they were relevant in women's basketball.
Was it Courtney and
I think her sister's name was Ashley.
Now, if I would be a lid, I probably would have threw a goddamn curveball and say, "Let me go to the University of Texas, enjoy Madison."
Or that you right there in Lovelock, and you don't want to play for Texas State. You
could have went straight. You, and I understand because her being in Lubbock and all you know is Monterey, Socorro, Coronado, those Lubbock schools, Friendship, and then you got Texas Tech right there in your damn backyard.
Right there.
I would have went to Texas. If it was me, I would have went to Texas Tech. I'd be like, look, let me step on the same floor where Cheryl Swoops played her ball at, and she's a fucking Hall of Famer.
But like I say all this to say, this is just basketball that I'm crashing out about. You know, we have a nationally ranked soccer team.
Softball too.
Softball. I want to say so bad we want Oklahoma in softball.
Y'all sure y'all want them problems with Oklahoma in softball?
We better than last time.
FSU softball is official. FSU softball official though.
Y'all want them problems? I'd rather take my chances with UCLA softball before I take my chances with Oklahoma softball.
I'm saying this with my chest. We'll smoke UCLA softball right now. Oklahoma, I ain't sure about. UCLA, catch these paws. But again, we got to be serious. We got to be serious about women's sports. because it's not an either or situation. I missed somebody comment. It's not an either or situation. Hey, greetings, Cedric. It's not an either or situation. It's we serious about it or we ain't. So I'm gonna try not to crash out no more, but I need somebody to drop me an NIL collective link before the end of this podcast, because I might go live by myself at the end of this podcast. Because I'm trying not to cuss today. See, I'm trying
bullshit. Hey, Marlo.
What's up?
What's up, man? What you say about them folks down in Daytona? You can just tell anybody, right? What you tell me last time?
Why are we starting this?
Absolutely, fuck them. In the boat they rode in on.
So
they ain't got no damn boat.
It's a boat. Horse.
They by the sea, so they got a boat somewhere.
They was out there on a tire raft just floating. They ain't got no damn boat.
They like them goddamn Haitian immigrant. They tried to get here.
Oh man.
Let's blank that out.
Nah, Trump sending their ass back too. So they ain't gonna be here long anyway.
We ain't never getting no sponsors. Never.
Sorry, not sorry. I didn't say nothing.
Our sponsor gonna come from Fangs Exchange. Our sponsor gonna come from Merch Pack. Hey man, that's my sponsor right there. Oh shit.
Just saying. So you act like them people were friendly. You was there. You was at the damn game. Got us in there.
Do y'all see this foolishness that Troy done put up on the screen?
That's what I was laughing at.
What the hell?
It makes no sense. The views expressed on the Gathering of Old Men podcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Fat Mouth Sports. So what do we reflect?
Well, if the majority feels a certain way, you can't censor the people.
Right. We got first rights.
The corporate entity Fat Mouth Sports is different than the entity of the Gathering of Old Men podcast. I need to make sure we are clear on that.
Oh.
They try to make the game, but you can't fake influence.
Tomato and tomato. Look at tomato.
Oh, hey, what's next on the list, man? Because we got our fix.
Yeah, all right. So we got that out the way. By the way, since we was taking shots at Bethune-Cookman, hopefully Smooth knows when he gets off work, comes in. Marlo, what are you doing? Fixing a trailer?
I'm disconnecting the trailer.
Whatever he's doing,
I need you to mute
whatever he's
yourself,
doing, he needs the WD-40 stat.
That y'all be coming for me.
Does it squeak?
Oh my god!
Is it supposed to squeak? Pull out the WD-40.
No.
Oh man! But Smooth who is a BCU alum, is gonna come on and talk about reasons behind Bethune-Cookman leaving the MEAC. That being said,
wait. Hold on 1 second.
And while the
Did you say
crashing out?
Somebody from Bethune-Cookman is coming on this show?
what he
You
said.
might just want to. You might just want to mute me the whole time he on. I'm gonna have questions. He might not want to answer. I'm just saying. I'm
What I want to know, what I want
Got
to
your
know is
days.
the topic of discussion was South Carolina State and who was the other one? Central potentially leaving the MEAC. How in the fuck did FAMU get drugged into it?
So
And Bethune-Cookman.
And Bethune-Cookman. Everybody
Well,
knows
what?
why we left the. We made no secret about why we the MEAC, why we were leaving the MEAC. Paying for
Well, why did?
18 teams to go to motherfucking Delaware 18 times a year was ridiculous and expensive.
Or even go up to Howard.
and I ran indoor track. I ran indoor track at Delaware in the winter. It was -11.
Wow.
Negative
Okay,
11.
so us leaving the MEAC made
Who going to
sense.
negative
And we
11?
went to another HBCU conference.
I'm here to tell
Don't
you. We from Florida.
with A&T.
Who
So here's the
going to
thing, right?
negative 11?
It's still going.
So
From
here's the thing.
from Florida
Marlon.
with -11.
Hold on,
For any
Marlon.
reason.
Let's get to how all of this transpired and how we got down this road. If
How we
you
get
know
down the
me,
rabbit hole? And how we gonna shoot slugs at the SWAT?
hold on. Here's why it gets. I am all about media rights deals, right? And so
You and Yard talk.
me and Yard talk all about media rights, right? Media rights.
Shit, that's how you get paid. That's how you get lights on.
That is true.
It is the one thing that has a very, very low infinitesimal overhead, right? So I have been saying, hey, if we get better media rights deals, HBCUs will have a better bottom line. However, there are people who are mixing media rights deals with conference disbursements because you get the NCAA disbursements for people making tournaments, all that other
Well,
shit.
you have to understand that most people can't read past the 5th grade level, and you want them to understand what you mean between media rights and profit sharing with the conference. You already using words that they can't even comprehend. Check who you talking to.
It's
So
Twitter.
Again, I'm very focused on something that can impact immediately without some weird policy or anything like that. Something that's just, hey, this is straightforward. I'm not getting into whether or not the MEAC should expand or fold or none of that. I'm talking about this, right? So I'm getting to that. And then there are side conversations that then morph into the reason the MEAC is going to fail is because North Carolina A&T left.
No, the MEAC will be the MEAC, even if A&T and South Carolina State leave because they're Northern Conference. They just got lucky to have them in it. They got real lucky when Florida A&M and that other school in Daytona was in it.
But at the same time, we gotta realize the MEAC ain't nothing but a glorified version of the CIAA. That's all it is. That's it. Y'all,
I don't.
Nah, because you gotta remember how the MEAC just really started. Because there was so many teams in the CIAA, those private schools could not keep up with those public schools. A&T is a public school. South Carolina State, public. Central is a public school. Howard could keep up because they got the money for it, right? Delaware State, public school. Then you got your other schools that are pretty much private. Your Shaws, your JC,
Benedict.
Johnson C. Smith, Benedict's, Benedict's SIAC, but you got your Livingstones, you got Virginia State is a public school, and then they've created Norfolk State, which is a public, but it's a division of Virginia State. Virginia Union is public, but like majority of those schools couldn't keep up. It's kind of like how the SWAC really started, because you got 6. I'm gonna tell you like this: the SWAC really started because you had 6 church schools in Prairie View. Prairie View was the only public school that was in the conference. It is the only school that has withstood the test of time since the conference even started. If you really want to college, you really want to college.
The difference between Norfolk State and a lot of the other schools within the HBCUs is they have a great ROTC program, meaning they get money from the government. Right. So they not only do they get the funding from the state, but they also get funding from the government as far as the defense contract.
Right.
Which is a huge plus for Norfolk State.
So that has been a common theme, right? Here's where my argument comes into play. Mm-hmm. If you have a competent media rights deal, right? And you are going to expand, you work into your deal, just like the Big Ten, just like the SEC, you work into your plan that, hey, we may target X schools in the next 3 to 5 years.
16 schools, too many.
Hold on. And when you target,
I went to you. That's too many.
It's too many, and I'll explain why. But I'll let you finish.
If you are already in your bid process saying, "Hey, before we even go any further, these are the schools that we're targeting. This is the money that we're looking for." If you have TV people in your conferences, which is what I've been screaming that the SEC, the Big, and the Big 12 have on their negotiating staffs, if you have TV people, this is not an issue. You can't go to 29. 20 is crazy. You can't go to 20. But 16 is not undoable. I mean, it's not crazy.
Okay.
So here's another thing, too, when you think about it. Like what you said, you got to have a competent media rights deal, right? But you also got to have a competent commissioner that knows what the hell they doing. I'm just putting it out there. You gotta have you gotta have a competent.
They not wrong.
I'm not wrong. You gotta have a competent
I'm not saying he
commissioner.
wrong at all. Troy know what I'm about to say next, don't you, Troy?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
But y'all forming me at folks. But at the same time, who was y'all commissioner for the longest? And he was a thieving ass dude, but he was under a certain school president that had their hands so far in the cookie jar. He had
that seems
you get what I'm saying though?
HBCU commissioners then, because I'll say it on this podcast. I don't care for McSell, and I know a lot of people do. I don't think you can trust me as far as you can fucking do it. That's just me.
But at the same time, y'all had Dennis Thomas for like 30-some years, right?
No, I'm talking. I am talking about in today's.
I'm just saying, but the current commissioner now is a Dennis Thomas disciple,
and they don't like her either over there.
They don't like her either, because why they?
Because
you had a certain school president from a certain school in Virginia that had kept his hand in the cookie jar and was controlling was controlling everything. We talking about what's the guy's name? Harvey from Hampton. He left, but he still got control of Hampton in some sort of way. He still got control of some sort of piece of the MEAC. So
this is true.
But
I'll go ahead and explain why I think 16 is too many. So if you're already trying to orchestrate a media rights deal, so media rights mean they have to put you on TV. They have to give each team a certain amount of TV time for the media rights contract to make sense. If you have these teams that aren't bringing in any revenue, at some point it becomes a strain, and now the teams that could have made more money by there not being so many teams are losing out, because there is this thing called profit sharing, and you have to make sure that it's equally distributed amongst all 16 teams. And I don't know about you, but it's easier to divide a piece, a cake into 12 slices than in the 16. So I think 12 is the most reasonable number, and that gives you the opportunity. You could have 6 and 6 if you want to break it into divisions, and then you can still play 4 out of conference games that you can also profit on, because if they have media rights deals, which most of them probably will, and if you're going up a level, right? If you're playing a P5 in some of those games, that's going to be televised. That's another opportunity to make money. But if you have so many teams, that's going to increase the amount of conference games that you have to play. So that's why I think it's a better idea to stay around 12.
But you said it, TP. If every team got to be profitable to a certain extent and a certain level, when you have 2 or 3 teams that's gonna get their teeth kicked in and everything every year in the conference and outside the conference, that thins the money out. I also think having 16 teams in the conference is entirely too huge. What I want to say about the MEAC, and somebody hit on it in the comments, is they don't have enough schools that play these same sports. Like, I don't even think they play baseball anymore in the MEAC, right?
They don't.
They don't. Because we play baseball, Thune played baseball, and 2 or 3 other schools?
2 or 3 other schools play baseball in the MEAC.
So they don't play baseball. Exactly.
So
now you drop baseball. I don't think every single school has a bowling team. They drop bowling. Coppin State don't play football.
Eastern Shore don't play football.
Eastern Shore don't play football. So what do you? There are only 4 schools left in the MEAC, and now they play in the NEC.
I guess he talking about
So they don't. So right now they got to figure out what are you gonna do? Who are you gonna get people to come in, and you not with the media rights deal and the profit sharing and so many schools not playing sports. It don't benefit me as a school if they're looking at. I don't think nobody ever gonna lead a CIAA, but let's say they were looking at a Shaw, and they got the baseball team. What am I gonna do? Jumping up here? Now I gotta drop baseball. What? Honestly, if any, the MEAC is probably needs to start looking at going into crisis mode to figure out how they gonna save the MEAC, or next 10 years we won't have a MEAC. I don't know where everybody will be.
And what's gonna end up happening? But they're gonna get split between the SWAC and the CIA, the SCIA. That's the only thing that's going. That's the only thing I can see.
Lawrence says CIAA dropped baseball too, so that might work out. But then it goes back to what you just said. Now at this point, we got entirely too many teams in the SWAC, and you're gonna have teams that's just gonna drag the profit share because they can't win worth a damn.
Well, so I'm gonna bring up the Big Ten as an example, right? Everybody keeps telling me, "Oh, the Big Ten is doing fine. The Big Ten is doing great." Northwestern, and then somebody jumped in my comments and said, "But they in Chicago." Who is watching Northwestern in football or basketball?
Wait, who said Northwestern is in Chicago?
Somebody, no, it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not in Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, it's
television market. It's south of Chicago. It's in
Evanston.
North.
It's north.
Are you sure?
It's north. It's going towards Wisconsin.
I know it's not in Chicago. It's in Evanston, Illinois.
Yeah,
so why is that even a discussion?
But why does that
That got
matter?
nothing, and that got
matters.
nothing to do with the city of Chicago. The city of Chicago has a college team, and it's DePaul, and
It
they
matters
specialize in
because
basketball.
Thank you.
Their numbers are horrid. Their performance is horrid. The reason we sued the ACC is because we had teams whose performance, as far as viewership, was horrid. Wake Forest. Their numbers and performance was horrible. Wake Forest.
To be honest, Northwestern is getting over because not only do they not win. So that's what I'm alluding to. So not only are they a very poor athletic program, they have very poor athletic programs. They charge, I think, in the top 3 of tuition per year, and none of that goes to athletics.
No, but if your degree say Northwestern on it, is money in the bank, though.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but I'm talking about as far as draining money from the other teams within the Big Ten. That why you think the Big Ten had to go get some other people?
I wouldn't say Rutgers is getting over in football, but everything else they typically compete, especially in women's basketball.
No, I'm only talking about Northwestern.
Real quick.
I was only talking about Northwestern.
I was responding to a comment.
Oh, okay.
Zach. I'm using the Big Ten and Northwestern as an app.
You using the Big Ten because they said Florida State can't come to the SEC, and somebody's like, "Well, they can go to the Big Ten," and somebody said they don't match academically to go to the Big Ten.
Mr. Carter, let me address that. Listen. Somebody posted a arm in arm Florida State and Maryland, like arm in arm little thing. It's the reason they posted that. You know how we knew the grant of rights was breakable? Because Maryland told us. You think they made a phone call and told us? No. They was at the airport with the Big Ten, with the big old Big Ten logo on the jet. Y'all think I just be stumbling on this truck? Got all the secrets. It ain't no secret. Tallahassee Airport is little. When strange stuff show up, people start gossiping. We've been knew about this. That's why I've been telling people, hey, man, ESPN can be had.
You know what I want to know? Why, where are they getting their lawyers from? Because these schools should have a dedicated lawyer, which they do. I'm not saying should. They do.
Florida State has a law school.
Exactly. So why do we have to refer to other schools for help on legal matters? There's something in the law program needs to improve.
Because I'm gonna tell you why, TP. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's a difference in an attorney that went to Northwestern and an attorney that went to Florida State.
I knew he was going to take a shot. I knew he was going to take a shot. You know what?
Marlo, what you got to say about that? Is this true? Is this true, Marlo?
I cannot confirm nor deny that statement.
It was not a blatant shot, but I'm just saying there's a difference.
Oh no, you pulled out the 30-6.
You got attorneys that have went to SC or Stanford. There's a difference between a Stanford trained attorney and an attorney that went to Washington State.
Hold on, before we continue this,
so you're saying the standards ain't as high. You telling me this not a shot, but then in the same breath, you saying the standards ain't the same.
Hold on, we're going immediately to the disrespect segment.
The disrespect segment.
I'm just trying to figure it out because standards are standards for a reason, and you're saying that Stanford and Northwestern standards are higher when it comes to the law. That's why they didn't know.
I didn't say they didn't know. I'm just saying somebody can write a better argument. And I was told in my line, you don't know.
He hit me with the heads up, don't shoot.
That is funny as hell.
Don't shoot. Heads up, don't shoot.
That is funny as hell.
I'm just a messenger.
Basically, what you're saying is there's different levels to this shit.
We
That's
won,
what he's
baby.
saying. That's
That's
what
all
he's
that
saying.
matters. We won. That's all that matters. We won. We got what we wanted.
Exactly, you won. So, at least Florida State attorneys and other attorneys had the sense to know. Let me call somebody else to help me out. That take a lot.
But he said they didn't call him. They just happened to
But
stumble upon some information.
all jokes aside, Maryland had already went down this granite rights road. That's how we knew what road to take to go down this granite rights. Because Maryland, when they did their whole little deal, it was real quiet, hush hush, and they went on about their business. So Florida State wanted to know, hey, what's going on? And the Big Ten said, let me put you in contact with our people.
Yeah.
When did Maryland lead the ACC?
Maryland led the ACC like close to 10 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't too long after the Big East turned into the ACC.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Because when Maryland made this transition right to the Big Ten, they got worse. This didn't help them.
They did. They absolutely got worse.
So it's one thing to force your way out of a contract.
They had some scandals. They had some scandals that hurt them bad too. They had some scandals that hurt them bad.
You would think the lawyer would have been able to protect them against that.
He can't protect them against coaches cheating.
Hey, your job as a lawyer is to find loopholes. That's your number one job.
That's
is
your
finding
job
loopholes,
as an attorney,
whether it be criminal, civil.
All jokes aside, though, but Zach, that's why I was using the Big Ten as an example. You are going to have bottom feeders. Now, the ACC solution to not having a good comprehensive media rights deals is to say, hey, we're going to have a tiered system. In a tiered system, the top performing teams, I think, is the top two or three performing teams in both viewership and performance on the field gets a different share. And here's the best part.
Wait a minute. I don't know if
easy.
you're gonna do that. Maybe not last year, Florida State team, because y'all would have been at the bottom of that damn tier. Y'all would
last year 2-10.
No, but Marlo, you know the crazy part about that, Marlo. You know the crazy part about it. Florida State actually was well watched. Everybody wanted to see them get their ass whooped. We were tuning in and laughing the whole game at how bad they were.
But nobody went to the game because my son was like, "You can get $10 tickets to go to Florida State game," and he went. Took my grandson.
You know what? Next time I see DJ, we just gonna square up because he ain't have.
It ain't his fault they selling tickets for $10.
He ain't need to tell you that.
And I hope little dude bust you in your kneecap.
You are a terrible person.
Those are facts, sir.
Anyway, get back.
If they were not facts, I wouldn't say it. But them are facts.
They were still getting the viewership on TV, and a lot of that had to do with because we're trying to see, are they actually this bad? Like, we're looking at the record, but are they actually this bad? And they answered the question every time.
I thought it was because they went on that whole campaign about how they were treated so poorly by not being able to go to the playoffs.
Hold on, Chris. Don't be slandering my Cowboys. You only get $10 tickets during the preseason. Shit, you pay.
Hey, we gotta talk about that. Hey,
I tell you what though, you can't even park. You can't even park
for $10 at AT&T Stadium.
You cannot.
Mama will go park across the street at the Walmart and be scared to get cold.
You do better parking on the side of the 114 and walking over.
Man, let me bring all this back home. But again, the reason that we use those examples is to give you different examples of how HBCUs can approach the mothership or Flow Sports about media rights deals. And again, I am not a fan of Flow Sports, but
I don't think anybody's a fan of Flow Sports.
If Flow Sports is giving 160,000 plus to institutions in the CAA, I'm sorry, you telling me the institutions in the SWAC can't get that? Because
if it's on a tiered system,
even if it's not on a tiered system, from top to bottom, 160 should be baseline.
So
right?
So let me ask you this question, right? Because right now it's even distribution for the teams that are already in the conference. Would you sign a contract that could potentially take money out of your pocket? No.
I don't. Hold on. Explain what you mean. Explain what you mean.
If they wanted to go to a tier system, that has to be something that's agreed upon within the teams in that conference. You can't just make a change like that.
Oh no.
Because of contracts that have already been signed. And then if you say we're gonna go to a tier system and bring in 4 teams, but that's lessening the money for my school. So why would I sign that contract? If we're already not that good, and I don't think that we're anywhere near about to be in that top 2, why would I sign that contract?
So
I mean, go to the CIAA and get the same money and might actually have a fighting chance.
I ain't dropping nothing. I'm staying right here.
Here's what I'm saying.
And you already know what I mean, right? Why would I do that
move? The ACC only made that move to keep the conference from falling apart because of Clemson.
They had no choice.
Right. They had
zero choice.
The SWAC has a choice, though. The SWAC has a choice. The MEAC doesn't.
I'm not talking about a tiered system. The SWAC from top to bottom should be able to get 160. Point blank, period. If you look at that schedule that come out on ESPN Plus, the mothership takes damn near all the good games from the SWAC's tertiary media rights partners. They have first right of refusal. So they get all the good games and then give everybody everything else. And then as the
do the other schools in a conference get to vote on whether or not they expand the amount of teams within that conference?
Yeah, you have to because
I'm not talking about MEAC. I'm not talking about MEAC expansion right now. I'm not talking about that right now.
No, I don't know about MEAC. I know in SWAC the presidents have to vote schools in.
The presidents have the vote.
Yeah, they had to vote FAMU and Thune in. They had to vote in the SWAC. I know in
MEAC. I don't think there's any way you go to 16 teams unless you can guarantee a profit increase. So the media rights deal.
Man, you ain't got to guarantee nothing, especially allegedly in the SWAC when you got presidents that didn't read the media rights deal. They didn't even look at the motherfucker. You ain't got to guarantee nothing. You can just
need to start looking at it.
You can put it in big bold letters in there. Say, all right, cool.
Just bring a check, huh?
Bring your check.
Just bring a giant check, money in the bank.
So, but
I'm gonna say something slick, but again, I do know I got a couple of family folks on here.
So I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see what's the best option forward if you want to increase the viewership / income within the SWAC.
It's not an easy path. And it's not, and again, I am not picking on anybody when I say what I'm saying. Okay. It's not an easy path because we have schools, we have valleys, we have Pine Bluff, we have the Bethunes that have not really been competing as of yet. Like in everything, right? They come up, they catch somebody slipping every single year. Last year was us, year before it was Jack State. You gonna get caught slipping by them schools at some point in something. But outside of those 1s and 2s, they don't really compete in anything. And it's like you said, they're not going to agree to anything that's going to take money out of their pocket. They also not gonna leave either because why? So
what's the benefit?
It's not a cut and dry, easy solution that is to be had in either conference on how you fix this. Because you're right, they look at the schedule. FAMU, J State, that's gonna be on ESPN. Boombox Classic, that's gonna be on ESPN. Florida Classic, that's gonna be on ESPN. They are going to take all of the marquee games and go yank because they get first rights refusal, and that's it. We left with what's left.
Somebody put Lawrence in the timeout.
Lawrence, they are doing good in baseball, but outside of baseball,
yeah.
Fuck them
baseball is one of those. We don't consider it a revenue generating sport.
That's what I was gonna say. It's not a revenue generating sport.
Not.
It's basketball and football.
Not even that. You can go to a baseball game at Bethune-Cookman campus and get. I ain't gonna. Never mind. Sorry. I'm gonna mute myself on that.
Hey, so Edwin, here's what's interesting about your comment. ESPN may be moving away from making us a priority. However, like I said on Twitter, they not running to the mountains to all of the Canada junior schools. They're not doing that. The very first schools they want to see on TV until they start getting close to playoff times, they want to see the HBCUs. They want to see like the lower tier SEC Big Ten. Those be on Plus. But the first people that be on Plus is the same people that built ESPNU. So my statement has always been, and I'm a Florida State guy, so I'm kind of sort of, but not really unbiased. At some point, we got to have an honest conversation about our relationship with the mothership. Either they gonna treat us right, or we gonna have to go ahead. Let's just kiss and say goodbye and find us somebody.
HBCU go. What's that?
Exactly. Thank you.
HBCU go. What's that? We're here, baby.
So
give us some money, Byron. Come on.
And while we talking about the media rights stuff, I'm gonna say it now, and I'm gonna say it all through every season that we own some kind of platform. Our fan base is not always on the internet. We have a very diverse age group. You got to tell me, Ma, and Grandpa, hey, get online. Let me show you how to put this app on your Fire Stick, your TV or whatever, so you can watch the FAMUs, the J States, the Prairie View. Teach them how to use the technology. All you got to do is teach them, and they'll watch. If they have
it is crazy because there's already an entity that exists that's dedicated to viewership for Black people, right? Why in all these years have we never thought about having a BET Sports? And then you put it with 3 or 4 channels.
That would have been amazing had Bob Johnson been forward thinking and listening to his wife.
That's what I'm saying.
He thought he knew everything, and that's why he lost everything in the damn divorce.
Exactly. But that should have been a thing because
BET Sports should have been a thing. BET News should have been a separate entity. White people got Fox News. Why do I not have BET?
And when you do see Black people on those news channels, they viewed in a negative light.
Has Fox News, but you get what I'm saying.
I want to point out something, and it's because it's the programmer in me. In 2000, the world changed and the internet went to streaming. It is now 2025, and we as a people are still struggling to accept streaming services, the internet, as an actual tangible product.
And we saying I don't even have cable.
You know how many
I stream like a mug.
Exactly.
But a lot of folks are so used to, but here's the thing though, a lot of folks are so used to still being under the actual cable. You know what I'm saying? cable, like, or just shit. You don't want cable. You're gonna be on analog TV. You're gonna miss out on a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, some digital rabbit ears.
Right. I mean, YouTube TV has unlimited resources as far as channels they can have built into their network. They have unlimited resources. There's no reason why every game should be able to be televised. Even if it doesn't have the best broadcasting team broadcasting it, we should still be able to watch it.
They can get me for color commentary.
No, no.
I'm good at it.
Hell no.
I can hear that. Look at these motherfuckers right here.
Boy, the amount of FCC complaints that will come in after that broadcast, Lord.
I know how to talk. Use my inside voice.
Don't let it be a Bethune-Grambling game. The first thing he gonna say is, man, both of these teams trash. I gotta watch it because I'm getting
glad
paid.
TP
but y'all ain't gotta watch
when we had
shit.
Yard Talk on here. I am glad TP remembered. Because oh my God, Marlo, listen, that's my dog.
Wait a minute.
I've been knowing him. Listen,
I did not. What did I do?
I've been knowing him since I was knee high to a tadpole. Let me tell you something. This dude right here should never broadcast the game. Commentate after. Be a media partner. Yes, that's him. That's all him. But him brought a Bethune-Cookman game. I'm gonna watch just to see how soon they're gonna call security.
They won't. I will not be on that cussing. I wouldn't do none of that.
I won't. When you cuss now, what are you talking about?
See, because
I can just hear it now.
It's like being at the cookout.
Look, he'll be up there so confused at the coaching decisions. Like, this is what happens when you hire retards on the sideline. I can hear it. I can hear it now. We do not need that. We do not need that.
And TP, me and you know, we know better.
You keep him far away from the booth.
Nah, you be in the booth. You come on. Hey, you be in the booth with me, man.
I can do that, man. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Just if he in the booth, just sit somebody right beside him. I remember that episode of Martin when the dude called up there and said Gina had a big head and Stan ran in with just sit him right next to Marlon. He gonna have
to be on the delay because you gotta have somebody bleeping.
Damn. I am shocked and appalled at the lack of confidence in my broadcast ability.
You ain't a Paul, you a name Paul.
The shot face.
Oh my, you guys are.
Somebody cue the shot face.
Oh my God.
All it would take, y'all know the viewership will go up because they want to see this. They want to see.
I will say this though. I will say wait. I will say this though. The commentary would be so much better than Jay Walker.
It would
probably.
Yeah, because he's not that good.
I would.
You just gotta have the right parental.
If that man
you gotta have the
no
right parental advisor on the top.
Bro, I've never.
Man had so much hatred for Jackson State.
You know what?
He hate everybody that ain't Howard, bro.
We're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back in about a couple minutes. In the era of Twitter, there is no shame.
We need to bring back
some key issues that Marlo might want to discuss is the quote.
I'll get it.
You was so deep, you moved my IUD.
That sounds about right.
So
obviously, she's used to dealing with a short knocker, and he was not. he didn't have the proper equipment First of all, this is my whole problem with the whole thing. Why, as a man,
run away.
as a man, why would you call another man and record it just to put it on the internet that you recorded talking to him? That he had then dug a pothole in your wife.
Every time, bro.
That one will never get old.
Bro,
That's
you can
right
like I was looking at something, and you can see how I is this real life? I was just trying to, cause like I know I didn't hear.
I thought it was on a tangent.
I know I didn't hear what I thought I just heard.
You heard,
and then he said the next part. Oh God, yeah, he did. He said it.
He said
it.
And
Whatever
he
I
wants
think he
to be
just
in the
said.
booth.
He said
In the booth in a game.
First of all, that was you called my name. I didn't say nothing. You said I think Marlo may have something to say. So I said what was on my mind. I don't understand.
And that's the problem.
The deal when he said you know she was dealing with a short knocker. That shit had me going, bro. Like I shit to my mom, bro. I showed that shit to my mama. She down there dying laughing, man. She said he does a pole.
Oh shit.
Like, this shit is entertainment, man.
All right. So speaking of NFL, oh Jesus. So it was some rumors that came out that Myles Garrett signed his contract extension because he was told that the Cleveland Browns were going to trade for Dak Prescott. And the only thing that I know that they have worth trading is that number 2 pick.
I wouldn't fucking dare.
That's some bullshit, boy. You know what? When y'all sent me that shit on the group chat, I thought I was gonna crash out. I was like, nah, I ain't crashing out because that shit ain't gonna happen. That shit ain't gonna happen. I'm about to say, boy, and Jerry Jones. Don't get me wrong. Dak Prescott, he cool. You know what I'm saying? He try to be like one of the brothers. You know what I'm saying? He's solid, but at the same time, I mean, he is a franchise quarterback, and you, I mean,
what do y'all have to show from Dak Prescott being the franchise quarterback?
But hey.
If they
I'm saying that as a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, by the way. But what y'all got to show for?
I don't want Shador.
I don't want Shador neither.
I don't want Shador. I'm not saying because Shador ain't bad. It's going to be with him coming back home. That's a whole distraction and a half right there. So y'all can remember Shador from Dallas. He wasn't born in North Florida. He is from Dallas, Texas. Shiloh is from Dallas, Texas. And Shalimar is from Dallas, Texas. No. EA, don't even worry about what your franchise QB be doing because I don't even know who your team is. But at the same time, I'm going to be honest with you. As much as I would love to have Myles Garrett to be on that team to patrol the defense, just be on 1,000 on the defensive line, you know what I'm saying? Take a couple of people's helmets off and whack-a-mole their ass like he did Mason Rudolph. He from Dallas too. We ain't gonna talk about your team, EA. Your team trash. He from Dallas too, and that's still like a big old distraction to us right there. I'd rather keep that. I mean, I'm gonna go with they even got us picking. I know one publication was like we'll get they got us trying to pick Matthew Golden, the receiver from Texas. And I'm like, it's cool we can get a receiver, but at the same time, we need to work on our defense. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather get Abdul Carter and have one side Abdul Carter and the other side Michael Parsons. Go get him. Nasty. 2 Penn State guys, nasty combination. Go get him.
I like it. If you look at the way the Eagles was able to dominate the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, you start to realize that having a overpowering front four means a lot. Now, you still got to have some DBs on the back end, but if your front four can get pressure on the quarterback without blitzing, that opens up your entire defense. And yeah, if the Cowboys were smart, they would just keep Dak Prescott because they don't have any better option. And then you draft Abdul Carter and you get after the quarterback, maybe get you a running back in the second or third round.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like Caleb Johnson. I think Caleb Johnson is going to make an impact in the league. I could see him going second or third round. So he would be available for the Cowboys when it comes to that pick. I feel.
But go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I don't think Ashton Genty gonna be there anywhere the Cowboys are picking. Even after watching his pro day, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders go up and get him.
Man, this pro day was nasty.
That is a grown man. Anybody that thinks that he's a scat back clearly never watched him play this year. That is a grown man who made other grown men look like little boys. It looked like me out there playing with my little league football team, me running around, try to get them to tackle me, knowing they can't tackle.
Okay. Let me know.
He is on another level. He's the best running back prospect to come in the draft since Saquon. And I think he's going to have an immediate impact. But for the Cowboys, they got to go defense. They have to stop somebody. You going against Jaden Daniels, you better get to him without blitzing because the boy understands coverage. And the thing that's going to beat him is if you're able to get pressure on him without blitzing. Bottom line, you still got the Eagles in your division. Another team, you got to be able to stop the run and get after the quarterback without blitzing.
And then we just got a new somewhat of a new sheriff in town, and Russell Wilson going to the damn Giants and trying to stop him.
Hey, who the backup? Put the backup in. I want to see Jameis.
Hey, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm watching the Giants just because of them two this year, because that's wild. You got Jameis,
you got J-Bo and Russ. Let Russ cook.
The NFL has to give us the Giant hard knocks.
Contract Russ signed though.
We gotta have a Giant hard knocks. I need it. It's gonna be the most funny shit I've ever seen.
Dear Lord.
I agree.
I need Jameis to be.
Y'all talk about me not being able to do color commentary, but Jameis Winston could be in a locker room, talk about horses in mid. Well, let me not say that. My bad, y'all.
And eat W's. You gotta eat the W's.
You know what?
You gotta taste
the
Dixie.
amount of hate Marlo has for that man after he threw for 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns for his franchise. It don't make
and 30 interceptions.
And 30
You cannot not say that part. Like that has to be.
And 11.
Y'all want me to? I'm gonna mute myself.
I mean, he broke the record for the amount of turnovers in the season. He will always have that record, by the way, because ain't no other organization gonna let a guy go out there and throw 30 interceptions and fumble.
They would have to add 5 games and tell them, I know they ain't open, but throw it anyway. For somebody to catch that record. You know how bad you got to be.
But even after we say all this, guess what? Guess what Jameis Winston got sitting in his trophy case at home? a national championship. Hey,
Yep.
hell famous James
And a Heisman Trophy.
and a Heisman.
And a
He
Heisman.
win a Heisman that year.
Yes, he won a
Yes,
Heisman.
Yes, he
did.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Listen, we said the same thing about Dan Fouts. And Dan Fouts is in the Hall of Fame. Jameis still got time.
He got time to do what?
We're not. We're
What he
seriously not.
what
We're
what he
we're not
got
getting
time to
that.
do?
Oh hell no!
He got
The
time to
world.
throw. He got time to break his own record.
Yeah, let's go for 42 turnovers.
Y'all know y'all ain't right? Y'all know y'all ain't right.
Oh shit.
42 turnovers and 17 great pregame speeches with 4 wins.
Well,
Hey, I go get Kendall Bowler. Don't even trip. I go get Kendall. Let him come to the Cowboys. That'd be the only other rattler. That'd be the only other rattler I like. That's playing with the team right
Hey, but whoever get Kendall got a dog though.
now. That's what I'm saying. I still got no get you.
Hey,
Mr. Bowler, where you at, bro? I ain't see you in a minute. Tell Kendall to come on to Dallas.
hell, between Kendall and Jamari deserves to be on the roster too. But if whoever get Kendall got a dog.
listen.
But you know what's gonna happen? The whoever gets that tackle, what the hell is his name?
Are you talking about the one from
Bill.
Florida?
No,
About
not that.
400-pound dude.
No, not him.
464.
No, I ain't talking about him.
He runs a 5'9".
I'm talking about the guy from LSU, Will Campbell. Will Campbell is probably the best player in the draft. Like the most ready overall, the most ready for the NFL. And he's the guy that can play left tackle, right guard, left guard, wherever you put him on the offensive line, he is going to be ready to go opening day. So a lot of those teams that's picking in the top 5, if you looking at your roster and you have needs on the offensive line, primarily tackle, and you pass on him for somebody else, you're going to regret it.
I got one thing to say about the 469 dude. Did they not try and slim him up? Like, could he not? What happened? How you get out of D1 college football and still weigh 500 pounds?
Ooh, Mr. Carter. Ooh, Mr. Carter, please pick me.
Go, man, go.
Go ahead.
He's a boot skin. That's all you needed to know.
Is that the big defensive tackle?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
That is, first of all, he probably part Goliath because he is not a regular person. You don't have people that size play football.
How did he get out of a D1
That's
program?
just crazy.
No matter how bad Florida, I don't even want to say Florida was bad. That schedule was fucking brutal. Dear God. And still weigh 500 pounds.
6'5", 415.
Hey, bro.
6'5".
It ain't no better than my my niece, her classmate, Big Bubba.
His name
Breon
Desmond Watson.
Big Bubba Breon Ramsey Brooks, 6'5". He was 380 when he graduated high school. Then he went over to TCU. Remember, he was at 455 as an offensive lineman, but he slimmed down. I think he's like at 350 now.
But 6'5", 350 playing offensive line, you can see it.
Can you say he light on his feet now? He slimmed down.
He had a 20-inch vertical.
That is almost like you just raising your hands up. You ain't even jumping.
But he's probably gonna be somebody 4th round pick. And God forbid if he ends up in if he ends up in Philly, and you could just plant him in the middle of the defense.
He gonna end up in Tampa, right next to Vita Vea.
And they will
Who
be the
gonna
Weight
move?
Watchers crew. They will
Who
be the
gonna
Weight
move?
Watchers crew.
Vita Vea get him right though. He'll show how you crazy. That tree stump is still probably run under a 5.
It is.
You know what?
Let's talk about how the we talked about this on Tuesday. We didn't get really.
I know there ain't no damn Saratoga water, bro.
Now you fancy. This ninja fancy.
You about to go bathe in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
You got your banana peel ready.
Hey Troy, you go drop a morning routine?
I'm from Florida. I got mango.
With your eucalyptus water?
Oh my gosh. Did you just what? What is happening?
What's the Troy morning routine? What that look like?
Well, see,
You better not put powder on your chest. I'm just saying. Cause
LeBron.
now you acting like you
We
probably
finna move along. Nope, this is.
Now, hold on. Before we move along, let's talk about that super duper senior tight end from Miami that ran God knows probably 10 flat in the 40 the other day at his pro day.
I can beat
that
him in a
man
foot
better
race
have
right
a
now.
PhD.
I can beat him in a foot race right now.
I bet you I can too.
Who?
Oh,
The tight end that's been there for 15 years with the Grand.
Yo,
He better have a PhD.
y'all might not want to say y'all could beat anybody. Because if he roll up and say to the line, I wonder how many of y'all running to the line to race
Hey,
it.
what was the actual time?
They never posted it.
They never posted it. It was still going.
His 40 time looked like a jog.
It's still going now. He ain't finished.
It's still going now. He ain't finished.
Bro, he did not break a sweat. He literally jogged.
That man was jogging like I was
wonder
going
why he
outside
took
to
his
take a
shirt
jog.
off. What you took your shirt off for if that's what you was gonna do?
I mean, I feel like at 37, I could still go run a 4.7.
That's what I'm about to say. I'm 45. I probably could run a 4.8. I don't care.
I promise you that dude was probably in the 6s.
And I saw a video. Pac-Man Jones can still run a 4.5. Still, to this day.
At 39 years old.
At 39, he can still run.
Shiloh ran like a 4.6, 4.7.
Shit. That's good for him to me.
Hey, I'm watching this.
He a safety. He a box safety. That's
this BYU Alabama game. BYU fighting back because Alabama being done with the ball. So it's 86-106 right now, but it's 2 minutes left. That's a whole lot of ball.
BYU got a defensive problem because if you give up 106 in 2 halves,
they don't rank. I don't know what happened. It could have been early foul trouble because I just turned it on.
It's been a lot of running.
You want me to tell you what happened? I'll tell you what happened. BYU has the ability to go across the world and buy players with religion. They have talent, but they can't coach to save their life.
Yeah, that's because you have to be a Mormon to be a damn coach.
So until they're ready to go get them a real basketball coach,
they not. They just want the tax breaks and the access that come with it. They ain't serious.
Yeah, that's Mormon country.
Yeah, they just no, you're fine. They just want the money and everything that pours in from it, because you have a lot of kids that are dumb and they will go.
I got a question.
They will go to the not understanding that they have to give up everything that they used to know to go to school there. So,
do you really have to be a Mormon? Like, you can't just tell them, like, yeah, I'm a Mormon,
you don't
and
have
read
to be
the
a
book.
Mormon. No, you don't have to be a Mormon. You just got to abide by their rules.
You got to abide by
They
it.
got a strict code of conduct.
The fact that they don't drink coffee is enough to tell them to get the fuck out my face at all times. Y'all don't do what? Man, get the fuck on.
Get out my face.
But I really want to be excited about my Raiders this year, but they won't approve my security job application, so I ain't really excited about the upcoming season.
You want to be excited about the who?
I mean, dang, at least I ain't the only person they told no, because they had an equipment spot open and I applied and they were like, yeah, nah. Like, bitch, if I can manage a 700,000 square foot warehouse, I can keep track of some helmet.
All I want to do is manage the executive parking lot. That's all I want to do.
See, you got the wrong intentions.
You're doing too much.
What?
You trying to get at Mark Davis?
No, me and Mark cool. I ain't got no problems with Mark.
Like say, so come here, cuz.
I promise you, every day Tom Brady calls.
Wow, that's just bad. You gotta get fired pretty quick. You talking about until they fire you? You told one of the orange cars? Yeah, you out of there.
Tom Brady.
The hate just God loves me because He allowed me enough time on this planet to see a day where the biggest Tom Brady hater on this planet get to see his team owned by the person he shows so much hate for. God good. Won't He do it? Won't He will? He will. I just thank you.
Let me tell y'all about friendship. This is my friend. This is my friend talking this way. I don't talk about his Bucks this way.
What? Did you just say that in real life?
You just said it in real life, Marlo.
You gotta be absolutely shitting me for you even to make that statement. I sat next to you at a Bucks game and you hate it. And you got it for free. So we ain't doing that. No hell no.
Oh, Cedric, you know why that's not true? Marlo said that's not true, and I got the clip. I said, Marlo said that's not true. I got the clip.
I did not say that he wasn't the greatest quarterback of all time. Actually, it's contrary. You need to play the clips where I say he was the GOAT.
You didn't say he was the GOAT until he signed with the Bucks. Actually, until he won that Super Bowl. Let me take that back. Until he won that Super Bowl, then he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Man wasn't the
GOAT. When you got seven rings, you kind of sort of solidify yourself in some GOAT area.
11 Super Bowl appearances.
7
rings.
It's not, but you know what? I'm not doing this tonight. Because we got other.
Just because the other guy wasn't able to get there that many times doesn't mean that.
y'all not gonna draw me into this rabbit hole, we got other stuff we got to get to before the end of the night.
Because how many times did he go?
Oh, you
4 times. Four, right?
and he won how many?
He only
That's
been
not-
4 times. 4 to 11.
If
Last
you
time I
get
checked.
100%
Last
on a
time.
test, that is an A.
So wait, he's only been 4 times.
The other times he didn't even make it. So we're not even gonna say that.
So he only been 4 and then didn't end with a higher total. See, the argument that can be made
100%.
about LeBron and Michael is the fact that even though LeBron has been to the championship more times than Michael still has more rings. That's the argument, right? You can't use that with Joe Montana compared to Tom, because he ain't been as many times and he don't have as many rings, so he lost. Sorry,
But
I'm
Tom,
not-
but Joe Montana 4-0.
don't matter.
It matters.
Don't matter. How many times?
We
How long did he play?
We got other stuff we got to get to. We got to get to it because otherwise we ain't gonna never get to it. We gotta get to
Okay,
it.
let's do it.
All right. So every now and then there are media stories that should not be media stories that we need to discuss. And the media story that is getting on my nerves right now is this LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith thing. Hear me out when I say this, right? Matter of fact, let's make this the hear me out segment. Because, ooh, Jesus A. Christ. Listen, it doesn't matter whose side you take in this LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith thing. It doesn't matter if you feel like it's a black man attacking another black man. None of that matters. And the reason it doesn't matter is because at the end of the day, it's doing numbers for everybody but the people involved. In order for Stephen A. to say what he says on his podcast, he has to get approval from his main source of income. And if his main source of income is okay with him saying this, think about that for a second. Fortune 500 company, a mouse. The mouse who went head to head with Puss in Boots, the governor of Florida, over diversity, equity, and inclusion, is okay with him attacking another black man over nonsense. And if you think
Is it really a tax though? That's just like that little kid trying to punch at a heavyweight boxer.
he's not punching at a heavyweight boxer.
We know.
He is doing the exact same thing that a certain orange man is done. He has chosen a villain that people love and made him the villain. And now he's going to try and parlay that into something else. I keep telling y'all, there is something bigger afoot, and LeBron keeps falling for it.
Nah, the only reason why Stephen A. keep talking about this is because he can't talk about this to LeBron in his face. You see how that went?
You're gonna be looking up at LeBron like this.
Like he can't talk about his athletic ability. He can't talk about like that shit don't need.
He said that was the wrong time and place for that.
What? You did it on national TV talking about this man's son. It's on site.
On site is on site.
Don't get cow tongue now. Like, oh yeah, LeBron was right. I should not have talked about his son. And then you come back and then do another dissertation about some shit that you never could have done in your entire life. Like this is You never could have been an NBA player. You never could have done the things he's done in his community. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it just makes him look so small.
We talking about 2% of presidential poll numbers, and he is not even running. And I'm sure by now those numbers have gone up because what he has done is exactly what he's trying to do. He has made LeBron a polarizing figure. And if LeBron continues down this road, he is going to put this man in a powerful position outside of being a sports media personality. He
So,
has
in other words, he gonna be like Skip Bayless.
Nobody's ever gonna vote for Skip Bayless. I don't even think Stephen A is a person anymore. I don't think he's jealous of Black success. I think he is parlaying this into his next move. And he's already told y'all what his next move is. He is trying to actually be this man got on a talk show at night and said, if I spend as much time as y'all do on politics, I think I could win the Democratic nomination. Said that with his chest. Like it was okay.
What he was supposed to say. He was not being serious or genuine with that statement. He wasn't.
But these moves are savvy new age media moves that he's making with LeBron.
If Tommy Tuberville can be a senator and not know where babies come from, Stephen A said, I got a chance.
Go get me on Tommy Tuberville.
This is diabolical. This is detrimental to how we see our sports athletes. And the shit that's pissing me off is LeBron is falling for it.
You think he falling for it, or you think he already? To me, I don't think he falling for anything.
I don't either.
I think he fell for a hook, line, and sinker when your boy your boy that runs Clutch Sports showed up on the Pat McAfee show. Because I knew a few weeks later, LeBron was on the way. And ESPN ate it up.
Mm.
I mean, well, Pat McAfee do work for ESPN, you know what I'm saying? So
he do.
So regardless of the fact, LeBron going onto a show that somebody works for ESPN. You don't never see LeBron do no shit like that. LeBron basically controls his narrative. That's what he does. That's why he got the shot.
And he got his own publishing company.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. After all these years, there hasn't been like a LeBron scandal, and now that his son in the league, that's the story. Like, I think the reaching has to stop because in one breath you praise Bronny, but in the other one you're saying that LeBron is a detriment to his career. Instead of just appreciating the fact that this young man has his dad in his life who was invested in his career. And I don't see LeBron as somebody who wants his son to do great things to live vicariously through him. It's not like what we saw with and I don't even want to use it as a negative thing, but like when you look at LeVar Ball, right? He didn't have a successful NBA career, but he wanted for his sons to have that, and he can live vicariously through them in their pursuits. With LeBron, it's completely different because he's already had a Hall of Fame career. He has multiple championships. He's the highest paid basketball player in NBA history. He has nothing left to prove. Let this man celebrate his son and help him get to the next level.
Cause guess what?
I mean,
he got a son. Wait a minute, Jamal. Cause guess what? He got a son that's getting ready to go to play at Arizona in the Big 12. How many years he gonna stay in school? He probably gonna be either he'll be a one and done or he probably be a two and done. Guess what? You gonna have.
I'm giving him 2.
If you give him 2, and let's say Bronny already whooping ass in the G League right now. He 25-5 in the G League. That's his stats. And he came.
But Gilbert Arenas said this already.
Yeah. He said, guess what? You're gonna have to deal with all 3 of them in the league. I think LeBron's gonna stay around for Bryce to come up. 3
more years for LeBron.
That's it.
3 more.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna wait for Bryce to come up.
And I think Bryce is a little bit ahead. You know, he's farther ahead than, you know, what Bronny was at this stage in life. So he could be a one and done easily. And guess what? The Lakers will draft him in the second round. If he doesn't earn a first round grade, he'll still get drafted. You know, based on what his last name is.
While we're talking about the children of legends, how in the fuck was Cayenne Anthony the number 1 player in the state of New York and not a McDonald's All-American?
That was
he was injured
right there.
Because he was injured. It was all because he was injured.
But still,
they ran out.
That bullshit. At least invite him to the game. Invite him to the fucking game.
They
didn't invite the man to the game.
They ran out real quick.
It's some bullshit all over again.
But also, there are people that are upset that Cayenne is going to Syracuse.
Why?
Because they thought because of who he played with in the summer that he was going other places.
Who he played with?
I ain't gonna get on to. I'll post it on Twitter. But yeah, he played with some other people that would allude him to playing other places other than Syracuse.
I mean, but he just following his dad's footsteps, going to Syracuse.
Exactly.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. Because first of all, what was there any type of commitment sign?
No. This is
exactly.
This is people like to take credit for stuff that they have nothing to do with. And so that's a lot of the chatter that came out behind that. I'm like, okay, I see what this is. And you know, at first, Syracuse ain't that good no more. Well, his daddy won a national championship.
And as a freshman, and was a national player of the year as a freshman.
And if, you know, Cayenne picks up a little bit of weight.
I
don't think he have to, though. That
not too much, just a little bit.
And fast. I don't think he got to. Why do I got to pick up weight when you can't catch me?
Him, Elijah Arenas, Elijah.
I like him too.
He just like his daddy. Like he talk like major shit and will still give you buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like give them buckets. Who else got a song that's out that's coming out?
Carlos Boozer.
Yeah, the Boozer twins.
The Boozer boys.
They 2-7 nationally. They committed to do.
That's crazy. They beat Evans for the state championship.
I was muted, but I said, of course they would go to Duke. They're going to follow in their father's footsteps.
Yep.
You know, and that's going to be the right decision for them. They'll probably both be one and done.
Hey, I hate to change the subject real quick. My Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Utah, whatever your name is. I don't even know why Utah got a hockey team. 8-0.
Damn.
8-0 in hockey. They
still scoring.
That might put us up over Sunrise. Please, I want Sunrise in the playoffs now. Yeah, we ain't got no old man slowing us down this year. I want Sunrise in the playoffs.
Oh, that man, oh, he younger than you.
I'm just saying, Marlo, that man was old last year, and we was trying to hold on, man. Stammer is a Hall of Famer, and thank you for your service. But we held on to him 1 year too long. Let them people from Sunrise beat us. I'm still pissed off by that.
Let it go.
I am.
Florida being a hockey state would never not be funny, boy.
Oh, we skate on some thin ice over here, so we know about. We know about that shit.
Hey, while we talking hockey real quick. Oh, go ahead.
My team is 6 points back from I think Winnipeg. They won they got a piece of the conference, of the Western Conference. I'm a Stars fan, so this going to resurrect and clone us by a dozen Mike Madonna's so we win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen because it's Dallas. It get cold up there, but
don't trip on the hockey team. Our hockey team, he went to the Stanley Cup and he went to the Stanley Cup during COVID.
Hold on, the Stars is in second place. They're gonna make the playoffs. They 72 and 46. They're gonna make the playoffs. Oh, we just jumped Sunrise. So it's Washington, Carolina. No, we didn't jump Sunrise. My bad. It's Washington, Carolina, Toronto, Florida, and us. But it's weird because it's a three-way tie for a third. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a three-way tie for third because all three got 89 points.
You can tell they use fresh ingredients.
Yeah, but Chicago. Listen,
they probably ain't had no more shrimp up.
Chicago got. They got. Oh God, what I can't think of the boy name and. Oh, they got. Picard is. I want to make sure I say that boy name right. They got hope. Hey, he talking about Chicago terrible. Hold on, it's conference.
Chicago terrible.
Yeah, Blackhawks have been bad for a little while.
Yeah, that's how they got the number 1 draft pick. Why? Oh, but the future is bright for them. What's the young man's name? Connor Bedard. That boy gonna be special.
Oh, he young too.
Yeah, he a young boy. He just came in last year. He gonna be special. He gonna be special. So that the Blackhawks they gonna get back. They gonna get back. We're gonna run a quick commercial. Yeah, Connor Bedard. We're gonna run a quick commercial and then should we run the whole clip?
Might as well. I need some laughter.
All right, we're gonna run the whole clip. As this was unfolding onto the internet, because I thought this was some kind of hoax. As it was unfolding, it turned out to be real. A gentleman, we're gonna call him Matt, responded to a Steve Smith post of him golfing by saying, "Does your wife and kids know you're sleeping with my wife?" He then proceeds to post screenshots of text messages between him and who we assume is his wife. These text messages are quite graphic and quite embarrassing if you are said spouse. Because again, in the era of Twitter, there is no shame.
We need to bring back
some key issues that Marlo might want to discuss is the quote.
I'll get it.
You was so deep, you moved my IUD.
That sounds about right.
So
Obviously, she's used to dealing with a short knocker, and he was not. He didn't have the proper equipment. First of all, this is my whole problem with the whole thing. Why, as a man,
Run away.
as a man, why would you call another man and record it just to put it on the internet that you recorded talking to him? That he had then dug a pothole in your wife.
See, and I still don't even know how to respond to that.
There is not a response. There's a one.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't record me talking to no another dude that been blasting the back out of my wife. I think I would have left him alone. You obviously gotta understand that she done did a retch around. She done went back a couple times. So you done been hit with the Kansas City retch around, my boy. You gotta let that go. Just get you a good lawyer. You obviously were the breadwinner, so you can protect the cheese and move on. It's over with. It is absolutely over with. He ain't been posting no more texts.
Cedric, so to be fair, right? It's like there are topics that I tee up because it's funny. And I teed it up for Marlo because I knew he was gonna get wild with it. And I probably went too far. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think it was gonna go that far. I thought it was gonna be funny. I didn't expect short knock. It's not something I expected.
Well, I'm just saying. It's the truth.
She was dealing with
Obviously,
the
obviously she hadn't had that problem before. That's probably why she kept going back and included others. Girl, let me tell you about this.
Oh shit, Marlon. Damn. God damn. What?
That's just crazy. I wouldn't have sent no text. I wouldn't have been trolling this man at the golf course. Obviously, he's good with his clubs. Got a good long game.
So Cedric, I was unaware of that. I was not aware that he tried to commit suicide.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Man, I did not tell this man to go do that.
You know what? Let's go ahead and get to our closing statement. Otherwise, we will not be long for the internet. So before I get to my whole little spiel, if you are an alum, a fan of your school's sports programs, understand that your ticket and price of admission is not the end of you supporting that organization. They need more because we are in a changing landscape. So please, if you can, your NIL collectives, donate if you can. If there is some other program that helps the athletics,
Not the Bethune. Not to them.
donate.
They gotta sell wings and do fish fries.
Anyway, but please support your programs. As for my weekly shot, listen, I said I wasn't. I said I wasn't gonna crash out. I said I was gonna be judicious. I lied. Ain't no fucking way on God's green earth I'm gonna sit here and be quiet when the leader in points is in the transfer portal, is willing to come back to Florida State. But I find out that we don't have an NIL plan for this young lady. As an alum, as a fan, as Troy, this is a bridge too fucking far. Somebody somewhere needs to start something. Because if the Lord so blesses me with this Powerball, I'm gonna be a problem. I'll be walking around with a pistol or briefcase and start handing out NIL money to players that I want to come to my school. And I'm sorry if that's a terrible attitude to have. I'm sorry if you think that players should just, what one coach said, players should just come to your school for a scholarship, free education, and an opportunity. This ain't that no more. Them days is over. Parents have paid thousands and thousands of dollars to get their kids to this point. A free education ain't the same as it was when I was getting out of school. Travel ball is probably half of their income. And you want them to go, well, now you in college, that's it. No. Everything costs. Yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. Once we realize that and we say we serious about sports, then we'll get it. As of right now, as a no, I'm telling you, until our women's program, who are winning, have an NIL collective, we ain't serious. We just playing. We ain't no better than them Ibis people. Jamal, what you got for us this week?
Honestly, I don't have a whole lot this week. I still said what I said last week about taking care of you and being the best version of you that you can be, even if that means finding you a person to go and talk to. I have it's still Women's History Month, right? Yep. So I have a small women's history fact that I want to get out, and then I'm gonna be done outside of my regular. If anybody is familiar with Betniza Laney Hamilton, she's a shooting guard for the New York Liberty. Her mother is a lady by the name of Yolanda Laney. And to this day, in the Lord's year of 2025, she is the first and the only HBCU player to ever be named to a Kodak All-American team. She was named to the Kodak All-American team in 1984 when she played at Cheney State under C. Vivian Stringer, legendary coach at Rutgers University. And then you fast forward 18 years, her daughter, Betlana Laney, also plays for C. Vivian Stringer at Rutgers University. I said that to say this. 1984 is too long for us to not have anybody from an HBCU named to a Kodak All-American team. And we understand why. We know the why. And as a fan and as an alumni, we are the solution. Troy just said it. We have huge egos as HBCU grads, but a lot of the times our donations do not match our egos. And if we want to continue to be competitive in the spaces of athletics, then our money has to start matching our ego. That is my rant for the week. And as always, crash the fuck out when people got you fucked up and punch a Nazi. I'm Lord Jamal.
Oh man, I'm never gonna not love that. Real quick. Hey, thanks, Cedric. Thanks, Cedric. Doc, what you got for us this week?
I had Coach Keaton on yesterday. Talk CAU football. It was good to have him on. Having the first therapy session this morning went great. Get your mentals checked. It's two things I want to talk about. All right. First and foremost, I want to go ahead and talk about Jasmine Crockett, my congresswoman, Jasmine Crockett. I don't care what she do. She has shown me that she is about business, that she gonna stand on business, and if you get in her way, you gonna be her business. When she called our governor, Greg Abbott, Hot Wheels, it just reminded me of something where I would call him that regardless. Your mama call you Hot Wheels, we gonna call you Hot Wheels. Some folks think that is a derogatory term because he's in a wheelchair. I don't give a damn. When you decided to side with a man named Donald Trump, all that shit went out the window. To me, I just feel like, he has not done anything for the state of Texas as a governor. People was all on his nuts because he was, at one point in time, he was the attorney general, which most single women who had kids called him Uncle Greg because he was staunch about child support. All right. But at the same time, some people say, well, he's mocking his disability. Well, a tree fell on him, and he's paralyzed from the waist down. He sued that tree cutting company and became an instant millionaire. I wouldn't say overnight, but it happens. Sorry that the tree fell on you, but can you stand on 10 toes? I don't think so. And that's why I still call you Hot Wheels. It's just roll you off a cliff to see somebody catch you. The other thing I want to talk about is this morning, we all heard about it week and a half ago. Yellow Beezy, platinum, double from what I heard. He's a double platinum recording artist, come straight out of here, Dallas, Texas. Say he claims my neighborhood, Oak Cliff, but I ain't never seen him in my neighborhood a day in the life. And I'm 45 years old. Of course, he got picked up last week for capital murder charge with, soliciting a murder for hire in the death of Melvin Nobles, a.k.a. Mo 3, who to me, is the king of North Dallas. Is he born and raised in Dallas? No. Mo 3 was born in McKinney and moved to North Dallas when he was young. But that's his stomping ground. All right. Today they had a bond hearing where at first his bond was set at $2 million. And the judge decided in a capital murder case in the state of Texas, in the city of Dallas, that we're going to reduce it from $2 million to $750,000. Now in the state of Texas, all you need to do is have get 10%. That's $75,000. You are a double platinum recording artist. You mean to tell me you couldn't afford $200,000 to get your ass out of jail? Guess what? He's out. But they looking at him. They monitoring him. They monitoring his every move. Because why? There is a bigger fish to fry here in the city of Dallas. And I'm looking for the feds to come around here and start doing RICO charges. So for you, my friend, you get the dumbass award of the year for not covering your tracks and not paying off the dude who actually did the shooting, giving him more money. $40,000 for a hit. I know that's a lot of money to some some YNs, but at the same time, my man is he is singing the blues because why? He don't want that. He don't want life in prison. That's meant for you, Mr. Marquise Conway, aka Yellow Beezy. That's meant for you. Or it's meant for a higher person because you are not alone in this whole thing right here. And for now, tread lightly because they following you, they watching you, and they on your ass every second. And I'm like with Jamal, if you need to crash out, crash the fuck out. Doc approves it.
Oh man, so I'm afraid to do this.
One thing before you move on, Troy. One thing before you move on, Troy. With Hot Wheels, I also want people to realize that one of the first things he did when he was elected when he was elected as governor was put a cap on the amount of money that you can sue companies for the same accident that he got in. He also removed homeowners' liability. Same thing, he sued the people that cut the tree, he sued the homeowner, he sued their insurance both times. And that's how he got his money. So he removed the upward mobility that made him, Greg Abbott, from anybody else that has been or will ever be in the exact same accident in the state of Texas. Shit gets deep with these people. That's why I don't give a fuck about her calling him Hot Wheels. I called him Hot Wheels and added him on Twitter last year.
Well, me and TP already know Governor Hot Wheels. He wasn't even given the governorship. He was awarded that because Rick Perry decided to take his happy ass and to go run for president, not once, but twice. And got called out by the same douchebag called Donald Trump.
I want to just say this and take it how you want to. If you loosen a few wheels, because they say, if you grease the wheels, if you loosen some wheels, that'll make things happen. That being said, this is going to be a risk. Because that means that dude go last. TP, what you got for us this week?
I'm keep it short and sweet. I was talking about it earlier, just watching the pro day for Ashton Jensen. I think that, we on the cusp of seeing another great coming to the NFL. And I can't wait to see him play on Sundays. We like to, we appreciate the greats that have come before, but I like to appreciate players while they're here. I give them their flowers while they in the process. And everything that I've seen from his preparation to the gameplay last year, even the Penn State game where he supposedly was shut down, like, no, that man is different. And I can't wait to see where he goes in the draft and to just follow his career. Same way I've done Saquon, same way I've done Joe Mixon. A lot of the good running backs that's in the league right now. So that's a big thing. We also, March Madness has been crazy. And I was talking about it on the podcast on Tuesday. Like, if your bracket's cooked, I don't care who you are, your bracket's cooked. But with that all being said, I think having the ones make it to the Sweet 16 is a big thing because we hadn't seen that in a while. And I also appreciate that because when you're supposedly the one seed, you're supposed to be the best team in that corner of the bracket. So they're taking care of business. I'm not sure what happened tonight since we've been on the podcast, but I'm definitely gonna go in back, check stats, and look at highlights and everything and just see what's going on. But that's really all my time for y'all this week. I will be back Tuesday for another episode of the March Madness podcast, and we will pretty much be looking at the Elite Eight at that point and making our final projections going to the championship. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all next week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the podcast where anything can happen. It could be elephants running through the screen. I don't know what's going to happen. Malo, sir, the floor is yours.
I be listening to all the party shots, and I be laughing most of the time because it be funny. But then you go to think about a lot of the intricacies and the stuff that they saying, and it's so interesting that some people fail up in life and try to pull the ladder up behind them. And I'm going to end with a parting shot like this. If you are in your community doing good, look back and help somebody that might not be doing as good as you, because the community is at risk. Like, everybody got this me and mine mentality going on right now, and that's not what it's about. And if you look at the bigger picture and something that you're going to leave for your lineage, that it's going to not just be you and yours. Everybody is going to need somebody. And if you don't believe that, try rowing the boat across the Atlantic by yourself. Ain't going to happen. So I say that and encourage everybody to just help somebody if you can. And with that, that's my time. And I'm always imparting, gonna say fuck BCU and everything that they stand for. And y'all don't have to help their community, but help everybody else.
To help us do and back.
Yeah.
The
And back.
views and opinions expressed on the Gathering of Old Men podcast do not necessarily reflect or embody the views and opinions of Fat Mouth Sports.
Just Marlo.
That being said, everybody called me out on my Saratoga water. So let me give y'all the update. I had planned on doing a spoof this morning. That's why I got the fresh cut and all that. This morning of the morning routine from the young gentleman from Alcorn, who's also from Jacksonville. And I was going to do that spoof because it would be something funny
I don't
on a
think
popular.
Jacksonville claimed that man.
Oh, well, I'm just. However, what
No
has
hell.
happened? What has happened in the time since his millions and millions of views have now spawned people who want to hate on him because of his life failings. The man had millions of views, so you decide to go, oh yeah, this is his apartment where he got evicted from. Oh yeah, he got kicked off this yacht that him and his friends rented. All of this stuff. Y'all took something that was innocuous, funny, even inspirational, and took it and looked at your lives and went, you know what? If this is black excellence, what is wrong with me? Because that's what it screamed. So that
They look at it wrong. They look at it wrong. At least we was on the yacht. Come at me. Come at me. I was used to. At least I was on the yacht where your ass was.
so
I had an apartment. Where the fuck was you?
that's the only that's the reason why I'm not doing that spoof. Had it not been for that, I was gonna do a spoof, had like have no shirt on, running down the street, all of that. I was gonna do the whole thing.
Whoa.
Shut up,
Whoa.
Mo.
Did you say no shirt?
You
You at
did.
least gotta do 100 push-ups before you try that.
For everyone at the Gathering of Old Men podcast, myself, Doc Holiday, special guest TP, Lord Jamal, and that dude in Orlando, we are out. This man said, I got to do 100. Boy, you